Anon Philly beats up Celestia by FanFiction. Ding ding. Warning. This chapter contains child abuse, abuse of power, assault, assault on royalty, and illegal gambling. In other words, Anon Philly and Celestia fight while others make bets. Earlier, 2 guards stood outside the throne room where Celestia was doing day court. You ever wish something happened around here? The younger guard asked. The only time something happens, it's usually massive, beyond our power to do much help, and ends with cut paychecks to repair the damage, the senior replied. Oh, the younger said. There was a slight silence. But yes, I do wish something happened, the senior guard finally said. At times, I wish the throne room wasn't soundproof so we could hear what they're saying. Then again, the snobs talk a lot of crud. Do you hear something? The younger asked. The senior ears swiveled. It sounds like... Scream. The window shattered as a hot air balloon came crashing through, sending a child flying into the younger. Oof! The younger hit the ground hard. Hey, are you all right? The filly smiled in a way that made the younger very uncomfortable. I am now, sweet cheeks, the filly said, rubbing the stallion's face. And I'm referring to the other cheeks. What? The younger said. The senior frowned and began to walk over. Ack! For the child! Anonymous screamed, jamming her hooves into the younger's eyes. She left off and charged at the senior. She smashed the light bulbs against his head. Stop that! The air balloon exploded, sending the guards flying out the window. Anonymous height somehow saved her from flying out the window as well. She walked over to the doors, bucked them open. Now. It is so on, Celestia shouted. Rah! Anonymous screamed as she charged at Celestia. Yeah! Celestia screamed as well. Anonymous tackled Celestia, somehow sending her back into her chair. She bit Celestia in the arm, drawing blood. Celestia punched Anonymous in the gut before rolling across the ground. Blue blood raised his eyebrow. Auntie, how is this child beating you? Fancy Pants tilted his head. I say, this is madness. Who do you think wins? Silver Source asked. I bet 500 bits the child licks Celestia, Gleaming Copper said with a nod. That's absurd, Golden Crown exclaimed. My money's on Celestia. I bet 1,200,034 the kid whoops my aunt's tush, Bluebet said. This is absurd. Keep the betting around 500 to 100,000, Fancy Pants exclaimed. He internally groaned as the other nobles began making bets. Thinking Fancy Pants approved. Put me down for 2,000 on Celestia, he said, giving in. Duck, a noble said. What duck? Bluebird asked. Oh, he quickly ducked as Luna's throne nearly took off his head. Where are the guards? Perfume asked. Who cares? This is the most interesting thing to happen for years. Rah! A very bloody Anon filly punched Celestia in the face before kicking her in the stomach. A Celestia with small cuts and bruises was kicked off, but quickly leapt onto her hooves. Her chest plate had been torn off and was being used as a shield by Anonymous. Anonymous and Celestia charged again. Celestia rammed into the shield, sending the child into the air. Anonymous landed on Celestia's back, biting hard into the wings. Celestia froze. Her head turned slowly, eyes open wide. The fuck did you just do? Do you even know what you just did? Anonymous pulled off her crown before slamming it against the Alcorn's temple. The 1,000-year-old goddess of Equestria crumpled like a sack of potatoes, wings still stiff. Halt! The doors would have slammed open, had they not been broken during the fight via Alcorn lasers. Luna and the main six stood, staring in shock and horror. "Anon, what have you done?" Twilight asked in shock. Anonymous, in response, threw the crown at Luna's face, knocking her unconscious. Anonymous strode over to Celestia's throne, as Twilight quickly used the magic of water to revive the alicorns. The two awoke with a groan to see Anonymous sit upon Celestia's throne. Suddenly, a burst of white, golden, and rainbow light shot down upon Anonymous. He returned to his human form. The body of the filly arose out of him, wings unfolding and horns standing proudly. The alicorn filly gently floated to the spot where Luna's throne should have been, before plopping to the ground with a thud. "Anon, what have you done?" Twilight said in utter shock. The light faded, showing Anon in a crisp suit. His tie, a ruby red and golden band on his fedora. His shirt was silk. "What I have done," he said, "is become a god. But even better," he stood, his aura strong yet gentle. "I have saved the filly." "I died? Where the heck am I?" the filly exclaimed. "See? Told you," Anonymous said smugly. "Hey kid, what's your name?" The girl looked at the weird creature. "It's Jessica. What are you?" "Anonymous, the human," Anonymous answered. "Oh, Luna, you're into bears, right?" What?" Luna exclaimed in shock, rubbing her head. "Yes or no question." "Yes, but we failed to see what that has to do with anything," Luna said, looking concerned. Anonymous strode over to Celestia. He smiled at her face. "Luna's a faggot," he said, before flying through the roof with Jessica. "I have so many questions," Pinkie Pie said. "So, Anon's a princess now?" Fluttershy asked. Applejack considered this before turning around and walking out. Nope, 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 nope. Her nopes faded to silence as she walked out of hearing range. The end. And that was chapter 2 of Anon Filly Beats Up Celestia. Looks like Anon was actually correct about the filly. Who knew? Now I hope all of you enjoyed the video as much as I did making the video. And if you really enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. "Do you hear something?" the younger asked. The senior ears swerved. I can't speak. Why can't I speak? The only time something happens, it's usually massive, beyond our power to do much help, and ends with a paycheck. I can't speak. The only time something happens, it's usually massive, beyond our power to do much help, and ends with cut paychecks to repair the damage, the senior replied. Okay, finally did that part after 5 tries. "Do you hear something?" the younger asked. The senior ears swerved. It sounds like scream. The window shattered as a hot air balloon came crashing through, sending a child flying into the younger. Send a child flying into the younger. Yes, that's what I'm supposed to say.